teenager for the youth, unfortunately, it's like a cloth hanger. What do we mean by cloth hanger? When you enter home, you take your jacket and you put it on your cloth hanger. Take off your headgear, take off your thobe, take anything you put on your cloth hanger. A lot of us use this phase of teenaging to be a cloth hanger. So when my son does bad things, oh, he's a teenager. When he doesn't pray Fajr, it's okay, he's a teenager. When he goes to nightclubs and has a girlfriend, it's a teenager, so it's a phase, it's gonna pass. When he does bad at school, when he does drugs, when he do takhzeen, storing qat, he's a teenager, subhanallah. Is being a teenager an excuse, a legitimate excuse at the sight of Allah? No. If you look at the times of the companions, may Allah be pleased with them, you will find that the teenagers were the leaders of the companions. When you look at Usama ibn Zayd ibn Haritha, 18 years of age, approximately, leading an army at the time, at the life of the Prophet ﷺ, and in the army, who's under his command? Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, and Ali. Whoa! The best four under this kid? Yes, the Prophet appointed him ﷺ, and he kept Abu Bakr to his side to be his advisor and the likes. And when Abu Bakr became Khalifa, Abu Bakr requested Umar to be at his side, but the rest went under his command. Usama ibn Zayd, Zayd ibn Thabit, 15 years old, boy, one of the learned companions with abilities that would blow your mind if you read his biography. 15 years of age, the Prophet said, ﷺ, learn the language of the Jews, learn Hebrew. And in 2 weeks, he mastered it. 2 weeks, he picked up Hebrew. And he used to write for the Prophet ﷺ letters in Hebrew and translate whatever came of correspondences to the Prophet ﷺ from the Old Testament, from the Torah. Zayd ibn Thabit, was he saying, oh Shaykh, I have Pokemon to play, I don't have time, can I have the day off? No, they were dead serious because they had Iman and they knew whatever starts on the right track would end always to have positive. Among the challenges, and there are many, the biggest challenge the youth face nowadays is free mixing. This is putting fuel next to the fire. Inshallah, inshallah, it will not ignite. You're getting in closer and closer and closer. And Houston, we have liftoff. Boom. This is killing the Muslims worldwide. The non-Muslims don't have anything in them. Khalas, they're out of service, expired. The Muslims are hot-blooded. Baby, can't you see? They have this fever of 103. They're too hot. Muslims, why? Because usually they lower their gaze. So that's why you have a lot of energy in them. The non-Muslims, they look everywhere. So they're out of service. The free mixing is one of the greatest weapons of shaitan. The Prophet So I said, yeah, how did you know? She said, no, I know. When you say, wa alaikum salam, it's a man. You say, wa alaikum salam, it's a woman. And see, I don't know. Maybe she's making this up. But I know that I am not soft with women at all. With the grace of Allah Azza wa Jal. This is my route, so that shaitan would not come between and those who call. And they sometimes address this and say, Shaykh, why I hang up in their face? I don't even answer. And shaitan does. The Prophet says, alayhi is awrah. Whenever she goes out, shaitan raises her up and beautifies her beautifies her so that men would look. And subhanallah, this is human nature. If you have 20 women and you have the most handsome person on earth inside, there's moving out. Only maybe one or two would look. The rest would, nah, not. But if you have 20 pious beards, short thobes, putting a tree in their pocket, miswak, and you put one bombshell. Her father is, she's a bombshell. Let her walk in front of them. What will they do? MashaAllah, like radars. This is human nature. And shaitan utilizing it to the best. So, this is the first step for fahisha, sins. How do we stop this? It's not easy. It is not easy because it's a system. It's not an injection. You say, oh, please give me an injection and I can lower my gaze. You can't. It's a whole system of belief. It's like khushu'. So many people say, Sheikh, how can I khushu' in salah? Pill. It's a system of life, knowing who Allah is. So among the ways of avoiding free mixing and sending your gaze haram things, you have to, first of all, I have a lot of material. Time is not going to be in our side, so I have to wrap things up. The Prophet ﷺ said this to Umar, to Ali. He said, the first look is yours. The second is against you. You are held accountable for it. What is the first look? Some brothers say, wow, I'm not blinking. Still I'm not blinking. Khalas, I can't. I blinked. What? He said, look. No, Habibi, this is the 100th look. The first look is when you're living and a woman comes in front of you, you look so that you don't, cross her over and run her over with your car. Then you look somewhere. First look, it is halal because you can't walk looking the light pole, wall and go and fall into a well. This is not illogical. The second look is when you intentionally look to start measuring. It's okay, 36, 20. No, this is haram. You cannot do this. So the second way to help you lower your gaze and avoid free mixing, get married. And I was shocked to find a lot of the youngsters in Kenya, they don't get young. How old are you, Sheikh? I'm 36. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. How many grandchildren do you have? I'm not married yet, Sheikh. Why? If you're not married, Umar ibn al-Khattab, I'll be pleased with him. Whenever he saw a man who's not married, he bluntly say to him, one of two reasons you're not married. Either you are impotent, you're not a real man. Or you are a fornicator, you're doing haram. There can't be a third reason. Why aren't you married? Sisters are available and the means are available. So get married soon. And don't say the right woman did not. It will never come. And don't say, the sisters, don't say that I'm waiting for my knight in his shining armor horse. He will come on a key. It's good. Still, alhamdulillah, he still has a right. But don't put high expectations and then fall around and have nothing. Whatever is available, say Bismillah. Is in the eyes of the beholder. So many people expect things and get much less. And so many people don't expect anything. Allah gives them aid from paradise. This is in Allah's hand. Thirdly, stay away. The fire away from the fuel. This is the remedy. Don't mix at school, at universities, at workplace. Don't mix at family gatherings. So many households here and elsewhere in the whole Muslim world, unfortunately, they don't follow Islam. They follow culture. So you find the brothers dining with their sister-in-law. They live in a joint family. So the father wants to sit with his sons and their wives and their children, but they're non-mahram. I sit with my sister-in-law and I look at her and say, mashallah, she's very nice, very cute, very beautiful. And I look at my wife says, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Why is this? This will corrupt my marriage. This would affect my life. No, if I only see no one other than my wife, she's a mermaid from Jannah. If I see other options, shaitan is there. And also when she sees other options and looks at me, of course she will not say, A'udhu billah, Allahumma lak alhamd. But she might one day be tempted by shaitan to say, Wallahi, his brother, his cousin is more handsome, his this and that. And shaitan is always there. The Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, no man should be alone with an unmahram woman except with someone to break this seclusion. Otherwise, whenever a man is alone with a woman, the third one with them is who? Shaitan. What is he going to do? Say Bismillah, say Astaghfirullah, say La ilaha illallah. Do you think Shaitan is going to say? Of course. And in order to curb at haram, you have to always remember who's looking at you. Why do we say this? One of the biggest hurdles in front of the youth today is pornography. And I've done counseling for people who are addicted to pornography. And those who are usually carrying dumb phones or smartphones and laptops or iPads and insist on sitting in any place with their back to the wall. Why? The moment they go into their I think here is a good place. Nobody can watch me. And they give their back to the wall and they, innocent, mashallah, they're answering emails and doing legitimate, but they're watching haram. Nobody knows this except who? But they don't know that Allah is watching. Which shows you the biggest problem the youth and the Muslims and the whole world has. The ignorance of Allah's presence and watching and listening. We don't pay attention. Because if someone came to him and said, Assalamu alaikum, he said, Alaikum salam, do you know Allah is watching you and listening to what you're listening to? He would close and say, yeah, of course I know. He gets 2 seconds later, he gets it because he forgets. You have to know that Allah knows whatever your eye is cheating and whatever you seal in your chests. Also, good companionship, something we lack. The more good companions you have, righteous companions, the less sins you do. Because shaitan cannot come and try to influence you, surrounded by good people. And this is why you are a lone wolf. When you like to sit in your home, you don't like to meet people, you don't like to people, shaitan is filling your time, filling your spirit, filling your head with evil thoughts. And I don't have any other option. Nobody is there to be with me, so I investigate, I do whatever I can, and shaitan will have a say in it. You need, in such challenge of lowering your gaze, to seek refuge in Allah, to make dua, to do a lot of good voluntary deeds, so that it will support you and help you and make you able to overcome addiction. Are other challenges face? Oh, we're not over? No, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Among the challenges, peer pressure. The youth is driven by the peer pressure.